Well, we are taking the air train to JFK today to try a very special business class product. You see, a while back, JetBlue introduced their new business class on transatlantic routes, JetBlue Mint Suites. And for a $299 upgrade, you can get one of the seats right at the front of the plane, which are larger than all the others and are called the JetBlue Mint Studio. There are only 2 of these seats on the whole plane, and I was very lucky to have one. In this video, we are going to review the whole experience from the airport to the seat itself to the food and how good a night's sleep you can get in the very spacious, fully flat bed. And we will answer the question, is it worth $300 more? And is it the best business class on any US airline? JetBlue flights leave from Terminal 5 at JFK. When I got to the airport, I actually went to the regular ticket kiosk and checked my bag. Then I went to the bag drop. I only realized afterwards there was actually a special Mint section that I could have used, but there was no line anyway, so it wasn't really a problem. After clearing security, this is where we need to discuss the elephant in the room. This is where you get a major shock in that JetBlue doesn't have its own lounge and they don't give you access to any other third-party lounge either. Then if you think that, hey, that doesn't matter, I can go to a Priority Pass lounge instead, think again. There are no Priority Pass lounges at Terminal 5, but there are some decent dining options, and there is one JetBlue area that you can visit. So guys, this is the JetBlue rooftop, and I actually thought it would be a bit better than this. I thought you'd be able to see more planes and stuff. You can't really watch planes take off. You can see the air train over there. That's about the most exciting thing, the little train that takes you between the terminals. And yeah, so you know, it's not a lounge. It's really not a substitute for a lounge. It's just a place where you can get some fresh air, kill a little bit of time. It is what it is. But you know, definitely worth checking out if you're here, because obviously, like we said, JetBlue does not provide a lounge, but the kind of flip side of that is that they are very reasonably priced. Probably the reason why they don't provide a lounge is because they figure that most people who are paying for business class will have cards like Amex Platinum and things like that that will give you lounge access. But like we've seen, there is a problem with Terminal 5 in that there are no Priority Pass lounges or even like Plaza Premium or anything you could access with a credit card in this terminal. It is what it is, guys. But anyway, let's get on the plane. JetBlue flies an Airbus 321 on this route, which unusually for a transatlantic flight is a single aisle plane. And as soon as I saw my seat, I was saying, wow. Let's give you a tour. While the seat is awesome, I also noticed there were way more amenities than other airlines. You had this little bag of lotions, then you had this package for sleeping, and this envelope that had a load of things that help you get to sleep, like sleeping gummies, and also things for freshening you up the next day, like this whole body wipe, which I used, and also this caffeine gum, which helped to wake me up. The Mint Studio seats are also the only 2 seats on the plane that get pajamas. And in this shot, you can also see the additional side sofa you get that has its own seat belt, so if you have a travel companion, they can come and dine with you. There's even an additional tray table for them. This is one of the major selling points of this seat. It also gives you more space when you sleep. Before takeoff, the very attentive flight attendant, Keith, served me a drink, and everyone on board and even at check-in referred to it as the Mint Experience. Not the Mint cabin or the Mint seat, but the Mint Experience. And I was starting to see why. Anyway, let's show you the takeoff.
You're now free to use the in-seat power outlets located between the seats in front of you. There's also a high-power USB port at the bottom of your seat back screen. Please stay buckled up and seated until the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign.
Shortly after takeoff, Keith who was so attentive it felt like he was my personal flight attendant, asked me to choose dishes from the menu. You get to choose 3 out of 4 dishes, which were exquisite. But before we get into looking at the food, if you use credit cards to build up cashback or points and miles for free travel, which if you're watching this, you're obviously interested in luxury travel, so you probably do, because credit card points and miles are a great way of getting luxury travel for free or very cheap. So if you do have several credit cards, you will love the sponsor of today's video, Kudos. Kudos is a free shopping extension for your computer and your iPhone that will help you pick the best credit card possible from your wallet for every purchase. Like when I booked the JetBlue flight, it recommended my Amex Platinum since it earns 5 Amex points per dollar when I book directly with airlines, and it has a load of travel insurances too. Not only does Kudos help you pick the best credit card at checkout, but it also will double your points on many websites with Kudos Boost. Like here on Booking.com, Kudos automatically pops up recommending my Chase Ink Preferred for 3 points per dollar on travel, but then it adds another 3 Kudos points because of Kudos Boost, and that's available on over 15,000 sites. Kudos stores your card information with the same encryption that NASA uses and will autofill your card numbers at checkout, making your shopping experience smooth and rewarding. So use the code SHIFU to double your points and get Kudos for free when you click the link below. You can also go to joinkudos.com/shifu. That's joinkudos.com/shifu. So this was my dinner: English split pea soup, some kind of salad, and chicken. I opted for the cheese selection to finish, which was really good too. The flavor of the whole dinner was great, but if I'm very critical, I would say that the portion sizes were a bit small. Remember, you haven't stuffed yourself full of food in a lounge, because there wasn't one, so this really should be enough to fill you up, but it wasn't. Maybe you could have asked for more if you really needed it. However, I was ready to go to sleep by now, and I was curious to see how the seat performed as a fully flat bed. After finishing off the night with a green tea, I grabbed my JetBlue slippers and went and put on the complimentary pajamas, cleaned my teeth, and started to set up the bed. I was a little disappointed that this thing here didn't quite want to pull up into place, but the little side sofa still made the bed feel super spacious, and I closed my door to my studio and was ready for a good night's sleep. I decided to do my meditation test, and the bed was flat enough and spacious enough that I was able to meditate comfortably for a whole hour. And I slept soundly. The seat was very comfortable in bed mode. When I woke up, we were already approaching the UK. The sun was fully up, so no chance to shoot cool sunrise shots as I'd hoped. Now let's take a look at the breakfast. Like the dinner, with the breakfast you choose 2 out of 3 dishes. I went for the egg frittata and the yogurt, which were really good. You also get a croissant and obviously a drink. Then I went and wiped myself down with the full body wipe and grabbed a piece of caffeine gum to wake me up, and before we knew it, we were landing at London Heathrow. So in terms of the seat itself, I would say that this is the best business class seat I've tried. And the price is very reasonable. You can get this for about $1,500 each way, so a round trip could be as low as $3,000, which is way cheaper than other transatlantic tickets. I also loved the amenities, the pajamas, the slippers, the massive TV, although I didn't actually watch anything. The only cons I can see would be the lack of a lounge, which, yeah, does really suck. And the seat, because it's right at the front of the cabin, is close to the bathroom and also close to the area where the crew hang out. So you had a tendency to have crew sitting there chatting all night, and it wouldn't be the best if you were a light sleeper. For me though, it wasn't that bad. I woke up a few times and overheard some conversations, but it wasn't a big deal. But if you want more of a comparison, I will be flying back to the US on United's Polaris business class tomorrow. So I will have a video out for you about that in a few days. Until then, if you want to follow me on Instagram, you'll be able to see photos and stories of my United experience in advance. So do follow me, my handle is on screen now. If you're watching this in the future, I'll have the United video linked on screen for you to check out. Thanks for watching guys, please subscribe to the channel if you're new. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.